Welcome to Extol Live. I'm Angie Fenton. Happy Friday. We have a jam-packed show once again. So to start things out, before I just give you a little glimpse of our guest here, I just want to remind you, if you are watching, as we've done for the last 2 live streams, just leave us a little comment. Tell us what you're doing, where you are, what you're doing this weekend, and you will automatically be entered to win a $75 gift card to Board & You and Board & You Bistro. We're giving that away on Christmas Eve, 11 a.m. next Friday. I just heard a whoop whoop. May as well show some of our guests here. There are a bunch of familiar faces that are in studio with us today. If you are a fan of the Earl, you're going to want to say cheers to one of our guests today. You also recognize, I'm pretty sure the fella, I think that's Velvet. I think that's Velvet.
Velvet jacket just for you.
A velvet jacket just for the occasion, because he knows he's going to be put through the ringer today. You know that's for sure. Chef Liz Martino of Mesa Kids Cooking School. I can't believe that she had actually another moment to join us because she has been hopping over there. We'll talk with her coming up. JD Dotson is going to put us through some workouts today. Addie Miners, of course, she's over there on the end. Addie is a great sport. She's going to jump in there and work out as well. Want to say a quick belated happy birthday to Colin Wood, who's actually behind that camera right there. He went to see Mr. Pecktacular last night, OVW. We'll talk a little bit about that coming up. But also, Dr. Mark and Dr. Dan, familiar faces in Southern Indiana. They're going to talk with me in just a moment about something that's brand new to Southern Indiana that you're going to want to know about. But first, we want to thank you for joining us again. Leave a comment, let us know that you're there. But we also thank our sponsors, Cutter Woodworking and New Washington State Bank.
Since our humble beginnings in 1908 as New Washington State Bank, we have offered banking the way you want it. Now known as NWSB, we have branches in the communities of Henryville, Charlestown, Borden, Jeffersonville, Sellersburg, Scottsburg, River Ridge, New Albany, and coming in 2022, a state-of-the-art branch in downtown Jeffersonville. As a local bank, all decisions are made right here in Southern Indiana. Our customers enjoy the personal relationships, and we value opportunities to show community support throughout the region. At NWSB, we offer myriad services and modern technology, from online banking to mobile apps with check capture. And we are always here to serve you face-to-face with a smile. At NWSB, you'll find banking the way you want it.
Thanks for joining us this morning for Extol Live, sponsored by New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking. Again, if you are watching right now, make sure you leave a comment, say hello, let us know what are you doing this weekend, maybe where you're at. You'll automatically be entered to win a $75 gift card. We've been registering people throughout the last 2 live streams. We'll be giving that away at 11 o'clock next Friday on Christmas Eve, a special edition. Well, if you've ever wished that you could schedule an appointment with your doctor, you know, like we used to be able to do, the good old days when you didn't have to be fearful of becoming sick and having to wait eons to see a doctor, or going to an emergency clinic to talk to somebody you don't know. Remember those days? I sure do. Well, there's a remedy that's coming to Southern Indiana. Doctors Mark Bickers and Dan Eichenberger are returning to private practice to form what's called Concierge Care of Southern Indiana, and I'm grateful that they're joining us today. Let's start with this, because when I said earlier, familiar faces, you both are familiar faces to Southern Indiana, born and raised.
Correct. I've been here my entire life. I'm from a physician family, raised in Floyd's Knobs, and have been at Floyd all of my career, spanning over 30 years.
It's a special place.
I was born and raised in New Albany, and met my wife, who grew up in Floyd Knobs, and so we went to different schools together and got married, and also have been here the entire time. And Floyd has been my home as well since we both have started. I started in environmental services at age 15. Mark started early as an orderly. So we worked our way up through the ranks, and we love the area and love Floyd.
Now, I'll ask that you explain what is Concierge Care of Southern Indiana, because, I mean, it made me nostalgic just going through the little intro there of the days when you could call the doctor and the doctor knew who you were, or you didn't have to wait months or weeks. And you're opening in January something that people need to know about.
Correct. And you hit it on the head in the beginning. Recall when medicine was what you wanted it to be, what you need it to be, when you have the problem, not months from now, not, well, you better just go to the urgent care, the little clinic, because we can't see you this week or next week, or I'm not sure when. Dan's established practice where my son now works, a patient told me this week that he called in November for his annual physical and they gave him an appointment in April.
Oh,
That's not uncommon.
No.
And that's just not how it should be. If you have an acute problem, perhaps that works for your annual physical, though I think you'd be a little disappointed at that information. I doubt you'd wait that long to get a new car battery or an HVAC problem in your house fixed. You shouldn't have to wait that long to have your medical care issue addressed.
And there's no shortage of good, talented physicians in the area. We have our colleagues who are exceptional in a lot of areas. The problem is patients can't get in to see them when they need them. And that's the issue. And, you know, the corporate medicine, government bureaucracy has put a wedge between the doctor-patient relationship. And you no longer, it used to be that front offices, when you called, the offices were small enough that they knew who you were when you called. They knew your history. They knew your family. Now, a lot of these services have been centralized off-site, miles away, sometimes hundreds of miles away. And so when a patient calls, you're just a number, or you're just your name, but no one could tell you who you are, where you are. Some of them didn't even know where Floyd knobs were in some of these centralized answering services. So we've lost a lot with the way medicine has changed over the years. And that's what's been so frustrating to Mark and I, and why we really want to get back to what we like doing, and that's taking care of patients.
I have to say, I had an experience a year ago that was very similar to that. I'm fine, but I had a mammogram that was suspect, and to be able to come back in, and I won't throw the name out of where I was, I mean, they were talking months. Now, that didn't sit well with me, and I'm an advocate. My mom is a retired nurse. I advocated for myself and was able to get in a little bit sooner than that, but that was terrifying to have to hear, nope, sorry, you have to wait. But what you're bringing to Southern Indiana is that ability to reach you, that connectability is imperative.
That is our plan with the concierge care. And people not familiar with the subject, you say, what's that mean? Mm-hmm. I start with, well, it's like the concierge at the Hyatt Regency. You can just call up and request what you need, and we'll do that. If you call me with a problem this morning, I'll go, well, Angie, sounds like something we should take a look at. Would you like to come in today or tomorrow? What's going to work best for you?
I might fall out of my chair if you said that.
This is our model.
But in addition to that, we'll see you at home, in the office, at a nursing home. We'll admit you to the hospital. We will take care of you in the hospital, and we'll discharge you from the hospital, which is unusual in this day and age. We're not even open yet, but we've got patients who have signed their membership forms, paid their money, and a few of them have already called us, and we've already tried to take care of some initial problems, even as we speak, even though we're not open yet. But that's the type of service, 24/7 access. You'll have our cell phone. You can text us. You can call us. And we'll do whatever it takes to make sure your care is taken care of.
But you just said you'll have our cell phone?
Correct. You may call us directly, be expected to hear from us within the hour, can expect to be seen within 24 hours, 24/7, 365. This is our model. I've been in 2 homes this week doing house calls, and I went to a nursing home last night to see a physician's mother who is just not happy with the way things are going.
That's stunning. And especially, looking back at what we all have experienced and are continuing to experience. I think we've all taken a look at healthcare in a fully different way. We appreciate our healthcare heroes. This is not any issue toward them, but being able to say, I can contact a doctor, and a doctor who knows me and is going to continue to get to know me.
really important. We think a physician you know, you trust, you've
Yes.
had prior experience with, and that again is part of our model.
And our-
And therein requires us to limit the cohort of patients, not the thousands that
Right.
Dan and I each had in our previous practice. We will limit our cohort to just 300 patients per provider. We know you can't do that. We are not all things to all people all the time. We're not that unrealistic. But to a limited cohort of folks that you know, that knows you and has trust and respect and confidence, goes a long way in reassurance, as well as the quality of care we think we can provide.
So who is this best for? Is there such a thing?
Well, it can be a variety of people, and we've been surprised at some of the people who have shown interest and have actually signed up. I mean, a lot of people think it's just the wealthy who can do it, but we've had a lot of people who are just regular folks, middle class folks, who are frustrated but care about their health enough that this becomes an investment. So, for an individual, the monthly fee, if you want to do a monthly, it's not much different than your monthly cable and television and internet costs for most, or a cell phone coverage.
Or a daily latte. What's
Right.
important to you?
Right?
Some people, latte.
I mean, some people a latte. I don't know, living a long, healthy life. I mean, I think I'm going with the long, healthy life. But how do people sign up? Because like you said, 300 per.
Sure.
It's a limited amount so that you can be accessible to your patients.
We do have a website. It's
Mhm.
www.conciergecaresi.com, and the membership form is on there. The other thing we haven't really talked about is the experience you're going to have when you get to the office. Mark is really and his wife have been in charge of the office design, and it is exquisite. When you walk in the office, it will not feel like a physician's office. But when you schedule an annual physical, which will be like an executive type physical, you'll spend an hour to hour and a half with us. But you'll come in the week before or 2 weeks before to get all your labs, your EKG, your treadmill, your pulmonary function tests, your hearing, your vision screen, all the blood work that are extensive and not routinely paid for by insurances, because we think they have value in, keeping you healthy and preventing problems. So
you can see me because I know you're on the screen. We also have a ticker that's going across the screen with your contact information, your website, also your phone number, which I love, 812-59-MY-DOC. I'm making faces here. How long did you just say that initial visit lasts?
Easily an hour to hour and a half.
Correct.
90% of all diagnoses come from detailed history.
Yes.
It's not just what's wrong with you today.
Mhm.
It's extensive history taking is the bulk of that. About 5% come from a detailed physical examination, not just, okay, you look all right to me and what's your vital signs? No, head to toe. And unfortunately, fewer than 5% of all diagnoses come from medical testing. Unfortunately, and you're aware, we don't always diagnose 100% of people. So it's less than 5% comes from all the testing. It is the caliber of physician and the detailed exam and history that allows you to select the right test in the first place. But as Dan said in the beginning, you will get the executive physical, typically the kind of thing people have gone to the Mayo Clinic, the Cleveland Clinic, and most notable high-end maybe is the Greenbrier Clinic of Sulphur Springs, West Virginia, which is also a 5-star hotel, and that's going to add to the price. But their exam is $1,000 more than our sign-up fee. And really what you're paying for is the access. Like Dan says, there are plenty of excellent physicians in this area. Not the problem.
Are. Mhm.
Excellent, really good.
And to tie on
And
to
if
that,
you can get into them, good for you.
Right.
tying into
Right.
what he said about the Greenbrier. So Mark and I both have had a number of patients who've had these executive physicals done at these locations. They get sent home with a packet of information of all their test results,
Really
But they
impressive, detailed information.
and no one to talk to about
And
it.
then what happens? So you're opening in January
Yes.
2022. If you go to the website, and again, we've got that ticker going across the bottom of the screen so people can call right now, 812-59-MY-DOC. There they are, my doc, your docs, right there. But you want people to sign up right now because of the limited amount of people that you're able to take, and rightfully so.
Correct. And there is also a cost savings of
Yes.
$500 per couple to enter early. I mean, we are a startup business, just like any startup business, and to have a little early incentive
Sure.
is good in this situation. And we're happy to accommodate. Certainly, like I say, people have signed up. Some have sent a remittance, some not. But like I say, I went to the nursing home last night and saw an elderly lady. I've been in 2 homes this week doing house calls. These people have problems that shouldn't wait till January.
Absolutely.
And-
ConciergeCareSI.com.
Yeah, and
Dr. Dan?
I went out to a farm on last Saturday and drained an elbow. So it's we'll do what we need to do to take care of the patients.
Absolutely. Last question for you, Dr. Mark. Why is this going to be more rewarding for you in your storied career?
Not that the last 30 plus years weren't, because they absolutely were. I positively enjoyed my career as a cardiologist, working with some of the really outstanding heart doctors in the region. And that's been very rewarding. But it's time for me to get away from high-level invasive procedures and to get to know my patients. There are goals in getting to slow down and build this practice with Dan. We think we can introduce the community to this concept, kind of get the skids greased, and we think we're hopeful it will be successful and add other providers as we go forward.
Dr. Dan?
Really looking forward to it.
For sure. I am too.
Yes. The most, and people who know me know I've been both on the administrative side of things. I was the CEO of the hospital. But in my entire career, the most rewarding parts of my career has always been patient care, taking care of patients and families. The administrative side, it's okay, but it's not where my passion has been or ever will be. So getting back to care the way it should be, the way we want it to be, is what I want to end my career on.
I just hope in this day and age, from technology and social media and just what we're experiencing, that people understand that value of what you're bringing back.
Well, they're welcome to contact
They need to.
the MyDoc number, and we will be more than happy to explain what is the value. There is an upfront fee, and what's that worth to you? We're more than happy to walk them through the prospective.
There has to be a fee because it's care and it only makes sense. But I think it's invaluable what you're bringing to the area. We appreciate you taking the time. Can't wait for the opening. Again, we've got that going on the ticker. It's conciergecaresi.com, 812-59-MyDoc, or if you're a numbers person, 812-596-9362. You can see that right there on your screen. Dr. Dan and Dr. Mark, again, are only accepting a certain amount of people, so you're going to want to sign up now. Plus, there's a $500 savings if you do it before January. Happy holidays, Merry Christmas. Appreciate you again taking the time. Thanks so much for joining us for Extol Live. We also appreciate our sponsors, and that includes New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking.
Thanks, Angie.
Thank you.
Hello,
Thank you. We appreciate
Done
it.
deal.
Hello, my name's Jerry Cutter, President of Cutter Woodworking. Just want to share with you where Cutter Woodworking is at today and why it is we think it might be helpful for you to consider Cutter Woodworking as a place and being part of our team. We're excited to be the second generation. Parents started a company in 1959 in the basement of the house here on the property that we're currently sitting. We have approximately 330 team members. Many have been with us for decades. Many are neighbors, and we are very excited and proud of that. We feel like this could be a place for those of you that's never considered looking outside of New Albany, Clarksville, Louisville. We would love for you to consider Cutter Woodworking as a place of work, and not only to have a job or to get a paycheck, but to be part of our team. We're very excited, we're very proud of what we have here at Cutter Woodworking, and would love to share that with you and see the opportunities and where it is that not only the company is going, but where you can go as well. We would certainly appreciate the opportunity to have you come and visit and take a day and just understand what opportunities lie possibly in your future.
Above your thumb.
Thanks so much for joining us for Extol Live. It's a party in here, I'm going to say. Oh, there's the party. All right. Colin, Lucas, which camera are we on right here? I need a little better directing than this. Okay, we're on this camera right here. Dr. Bickers, you can come on back here. I've got a microphone for you if you want to learn anymore. If you just missed our first segment, of course, we post everything on social media, but Dr. Mark and Dr. Jan from Concierge Care of Southern Indiana joined us this morning, which was just tremendous amount of information. We'll be sharing that again on social media. It'll also air on This Is So In an upcoming episode. But he was very curious, Dr. Mark was, about the cocktails we're going to be mixing up. Let's go ahead and show everybody who's standing over here. Okay, come on in, slide in.
I'll just stand in the back.
Jesse Rass, I feel like we need to have, like, I don't know, applause or something, drum roll. Jesse Rass, everyone.
I've emerged from my basement. Thank you.
One of my favorite people in the entire world. We love that. We're going to get an opportunity to talk to Jesse here in just a second. But another favorite person is Chef Liz Martino from Mesa Kids Cooking School. She also, she got applause too. I love that. I love that.
Applause of food and booze.
And one of the things, and she also is with the New Albany Farmers Market. One of the things about Chef Liz is that she is a master connector. And we are so grateful and appreciative for her. She's also an honorary member of Extol. I've yet to get the keys. Those are coming because she is welcome anytime in this kitchen. Let me tell you. But I asked you if you would invite a guest. And who did you invite?
Well, I invited my very dear friend, Mara Schmidt, general manager, and just, I don't know, environment maker. She's just everything that the Earl is. And I started going in there as a customer when they first opened. We've become friends. And I know that every time we get together, we make magic. So I thought that, you know, she could come and show everybody some amazing cocktails that she makes, and I could make something a little to compliment her, and we can hang out a little. That's what we have to do when we work all the time.
Shall we do the cocktails first? I mean, it's 11:23 right now. I don't think that's too early, is it?
Somewhere.
Right.
Says the sober one. So
Yeah.
Jesse, that's why I have Jesse here.
Yeah.
Mara, first of all, if people haven't experienced the Earl, what will they experience there?
Well, we brought an old building back to life,
Yes,
is the
you
way I
did.
like to put it. You know, the building was originally built in 1875. It opened as the Globe Market, and it ran until 1910. And then it was the Comfy Cow right before us. But
Right.
I like to say the Earl really brought it back to life, you know. And people come in all the time and say, this should have always been a bar.
I will say, out of every bar in Southern Indiana, it has the best feel.
Oh, thank
Like
you.
it really does. Like it's one of my favorite places to enjoy a cocktail. Like it has a great, it's got a personality into it,
Yes,
which is
it
great.
does.
Okay, I have to say this is high praise coming from someone who has 2 young children. So that means that Jesse goes out, like, I don't know, 4 times a year.
Right.
And when he goes to the Earl.
Well, we appreciate
So
it.
that is high praise.
Yeah.
Mara, Dr. Mark was funny because he really wanted to know, what are you fixing? So what are you concocting today?
Today we're going to do an old fashioned, of course. Now, Liz said holiday cocktails, but I like to think of holidays as year round. You can celebrate all the time. So old fashioned is a classic cocktail. I'm going to do my spin on an old fashioned. I'm using our own single barrel today. So
When you say your own single barrel, what does that mean?
it means the Earl purchased their own barrel of bourbon. So this is pretty special. It's our first pick. It's a Knob Creek rye. It's very high proof. Typically in an old fashioned, you want to do 100 proof or more. So this is 115. So we're going to do a little bit more Demerara, which is just a sugar water mixture. It's 2-to-1 Demerara. And we're going to use that to kind of make it more drinkable.
Let's have at it.
All right, perfect. So we're going to start with 2 ounces of bourbon into our mixing glass. If you don't have a mixing glass at home, a pint glass works perfectly. Don't ever use metal, though. That bruises bourbon. So
I've never heard that
Bruises
before, but I'm stealing
bourbon.
it. That
Yes.
bruises bourbon.
you only shake bourbon in metal when you add juice. fruit juice,
Okay.
like lemon, lime. You don't typically put lime in bourbon, but I guess if you wanted to make your
So
own cocktail.
why do you hate bourbon so much that you would do something like that? But that's fine.
Right, right.
Don't you each their own?
New things are happening every day.
That is a new terminology. I mean,
Yeah.
you spank the mint,
Right.
but you don't bruise the bourbon.
Right.
That's right.
We'll get that on a shirt.
Yep.
Me and Jesse were talking earlier, and I was telling him I drink bourbon typically sweet or neat.
Sweet
and
or
he
neat,
said
that's-
stolen. So
That's going on a shirt
Sweet or
somewhere,
neat.
sweet or neat. That's true.
Yes.
That's exactly how we are.
And then I'm using Angostura bitters today. This is your classic bitters. It goes in a lot of cocktails. Delicious. 1, 2, 3. I like to do 3. A lot of people say 2 shakes, but I'm a 3 shake girl. And then I'm using Regan's orange bitters. You can typically buy this. I don't want to say on the liquor stores because not a lot of things are available there, but you can definitely get it on Amazon. I know
Okay.
I've purchased it there. And then we're going to stir it. Sorry, I brought my own ice because ice is very important to a
Right.
cocktail.
Hey,
So-
our Extol ice will not have hurt feelings about that.
I just earned a whole new respect for you that you have your own ice.
Yeah,
Like that's
I'm kind of particular. So I brought my own ice today. I also brought Kentucky Straight Ice. We serve this at the bar. You can purchase this.
Hang on a second. I'm going
Right.
to hold that up. Could we get a little close up on that? Now
Yes,
that
it's beautiful.
is
Wait till
ice.
you see when we pour over it. It's gorgeous.
That is beautiful.
Shout out to Rich if you're watching. I'm plugging you.
Hey, Rich.
He does great stuff over at Kentucky Straight Ice. I love his
Okay.
product. It's the official ice of bourbon.
and it just makes you feel cool. Like
Yeah.
it's like
The velvet jacket. Now I get why you wore this today.
yes, because I knew.
Jesse.
That's what I do.
So ice is important. You see how clear our ice is? Even our ice at the bar, you have to have some type of filtration on the ice. Otherwise, you get very cloudy cubes, and that will distort the flavor of bourbon. So it's very important to have a water purifier on any bourbon ice you're going to use. I'm sorry.
My
then we-
family gets the regular ice. I get the purified ice. That's
There
how that
you go.
works.
I didn't know you were a closet snob. I'm loving this.
Some things.
Oh,
Some things.
I learn something new about you every time.
So just about 30 seconds, you stir an old fashioned. You can do, the most I've ever done in a stirring glass is 4 at one time. You can do 2 at one time.
Okay.
I did a solo one here because I'm going to serve Jesse one and then we'll make one as well for me and Liz, you know. We don't get to
I
hang out
love
much.
it.
Angie, you can have some too. And then we're just going to pour over the ice. New ice is important.
It's pretty.
Now, full disclosure, Angie just said, "Hey, do you want to come on?" She didn't say anything about cocktails. So this is actually like the first time she's included me in anything that was
Doesn't
really
hurt?
exciting. Yes.
Anything that doesn't hurt?
Yes. I'm still wondering where the cheat is though, because usually there's a cheat.
There's always a cheat. It's coming.
Oh,
Not in this
so
segment.
maybe we should
Right,
have
Liz? We're nice.
We are nice over here sometimes.
maybe this should have been afterwards then, you know.
For those of you who don't know, I often invited Jesse on in my previous television career, and he was always game for anything because he knew he could expect anything. And
Well,
we did anything.
having a background in live broadcast and radio, I'm always ready to, and improv, I'm always ready for the next thing. And usually the next thing was pain. So
So the most important part of an old fashioned is actually the end. You peel the orange. You just want to get the peel, and you don't want too much of the white.
Okay.
And then you want to express it over your glass. You all might not see, but I mean, you up close can see.
Yeah.
You'll actually see juice go into
yeah.
the water, and then you just want to rub the rim of your glass, and then you add the orange peel right down in there, and you can see that ice just disappears. That's because it's the purest ice in the world, made specifically for bourbon, and then it's good for drinking. Jesse, you wanna
and
give
you're
it a
going to
go?
waste this on me.
Yes.
So, cheers.
Cheers.
Happy Friday.
Yes.
And cheers for sure. If you're just joining us, Mara from the Earl is cooking up or concocting, kind of whipping up some cocktails here. And
I just made the perfect
Look
old
at that
fashioned for
face.
Jesse.
I need a minute. I'm sorry. I need a minute. It's been a rough couple of weeks.
I feel like I
and
need
this.
to hold you up.
No, this is fantastic, and it's
Serve that.
thank you. And honestly, I really like more of the orange notes in an old fashioned, and so having the bitters really adds that. And we were discussing beforehand your choice of the rye,
Yes.
and I think that is a great choice in an old fashioned because you get more of the bourbon flavor. So if you're all about the bourbon notes, if that's what you're wanting in this type of cocktail, you get that as well as the sweet. So,
But you can definitely see the Christmas in it as well.
Oh, yes.
Orange, bourbon, cherry, all comes
I
through
feel
in it.
warm and festive. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Mara, you have another one,
Yes.
but I'm going to ask you actually if we can hold that for when we
Yeah.
come back into the kitchen. I want to switch gears for a second and step over here. Liz, you're making a perfect pairing of sorts.
Well, I hope so. When Mara said she wanted to do an old fashioned, I love the old fashioned, and we were thinking about, oh, what will be really good? She said, you know, it sounds really good, a shortbread cookie. And I said, you know what, you're absolutely right. So I know that, you know, she's making another cocktail with some raspberries in it. So I started playing around and thinking what would go well. So I'm going to be preparing a raspberry, orange, and rosemary shortbread cookie for everybody. A little thumbprint.
Ooh.
Yeah. So
Ooh.
that's what I've been working on here.
Okay, that sounds fantastic. So we are going to jump back in the kitchen coming up just a little bit later. How are you doing over there?
I'm fine and dandy.
I'm making you one now, Angie. Don't worry.
I thought so. Well, from here, okay, we're going to finish up with the cocktails. Like I said, we'll be cooking some cookies coming up. Liz Martino and Mara from the Earl, we're so glad to have you here. If you're just joining us, leave us a comment. Tell us hello. Tell us where you're watching from. Tell us maybe your favorite cocktail at the Earl. Whatever it is, just leave a comment for us.
Tell us how jealous you are right now. That's
How
totally
jealous
fine
you
too.
are of Jesse right now in his velvet jacket, sipping his old fashioned. And then you'll be automatically registered to win a $75 gift card that is to Board and You and Board and You Bistro. We're going to give that away on Christmas Eve. We'll be back at 11 o'clock next Friday. Families are invited. We're going to be in our well, I'll just say some festive wear, that's for sure. But for right now, yesterday we sent our reporter Addie Miners to Jeffersonville to discover something brand new in what's called the Noco Art District. Take a look.
My name is Emily Dippy. I am the Jeffersonville Public Art Administrator, and I am so excited to come together today to celebrate the creation of this new unique space, the Noco Digital Gallery. So today we're going to be cutting the ribbon on the new Noco Digital Gallery. This is a very exciting new installation in the Noco Arts and Cultural District. Basically what it is it's 6 digital screens that will display rotating artwork displays all the time. So we wanted to provide a gallery space that was open, public, accessible, to expose our community not only to our incredible arts community initiatives, but also our local creatives, and maybe even bring in some regional creatives as well. This project has been such an incredible collaboration between the Jeffersonville Public Art Commission, the Jeffersonville Redevelopment Commission, the Duke Energy Foundation, and the Arts Alliance of Southern Indiana.
This is such an exciting way for the Duke Energy Foundation to be able to support our vibrant communities and economies by providing access, like Emily said, for everyone to be able to enjoy this art, right? Like all they have to do is step up to it and they can see their art there. And the other thing that's great about this is this digital gallery out here is just such another unique feature that will bring visitors, that will bring residents here in the community so that they can enjoy another great feature here in the Arts District.
As the conveyor of arts and culture in the Southern Indiana area, we couldn't be happier for this project. This project will offer a creative outlet to the community with a focus on diversity and inclusion. It brings arts and culture to the forefront and enhances quality of life through arts and culture.
I am so excited to see these screens up and running in our Noco Arts and Cultural space. It really is just another beautiful swath of color, and I'm excited to see what our local creatives fill it up with.
Thanks for joining us for Extol Live. I'm Angie Fenton. Want to thank our sponsors, New Washington State Bank and Cutter Woodworking as well. I keep saying this, but we're excited to give away a $75 gift card to Board and You Bistro. All you have to do is leave a comment. You're automatically registered. We'll give it away 11 o'clock on Christmas Eve when we do our last live stream of the year. Not quite sure on that, but real quick, thank you. Our friends at Pro Media are so kind for this. They just dropped off. I mean, I don't know if they understand how much this Extol crew loves popcorn. So big thank you to Pro Media. That was so kind. Love that. And in fact, Katie Sutter, I just talked with her this morning about an interview that I'm doing with a certain someone in Jeffersonville on Monday. And thank you to Katie for making things so smooth. But speaking of smooth, if you missed the segment before, we have the one and only Jesse Rass, who is joining us. Now, before Jesse got put into the hot seat right here, he was sipping, was it an old fashioned?
It was an old fashioned from the Earl. And I believe the last thing you said to me before we left the kitchen was cocktail down. So now, you know, so I've had 3 sips of a cocktail and now you're going to ask me questions on a live camera interview. So who knows what's going to happen?
So, well, we're still getting rolling here. I mean, I think this will be the first time we're going to go a little bit over 12 o'clock. That's what I think is going to happen, but for good reason.
Oh, wait, I go long? That's never happened in my career ever.
But Jesse, let's start with something that is like on a serious note. You've posted it on social media, so it is out there.
Yeah.
People have loved you for years. I mean, you're fantastic on camera, but people have loved you on radio. You, I mean, 102.3 used to be the home, and then Summit Media realized.
Then they picked me up.
106.9?
Yep. And that was my home until the Monday after Thanksgiving. And so I am no longer on the radio in the Louisville market. I'm no longer with 106.9. And, you know, it was a little bit of a surprise. But you know, it's one of those things that, you know, I'm kind of focusing on my family right now, which is good. I'm also trying to figure out what that next step is because, you know, it's interesting. So I have been through this twice.
Yes,
you know, and having worked in the media, you know that, you know, sometimes it can be a fickle thing. Like you're going along, and then all of a sudden you're unemployed.
You're not.
You know, the first time I was let go, and I don't think I'm saying anything out of turn to anybody that I've worked for previously, but it was because they didn't have faith in my abilities as a radio show host. That was 102.3. That was when they let me go. So all I wanted in radio was I wanted a fair shot because I thought that was not true. I thought I could do this if given the right set of circumstances to succeed. So I spent the last 5 years with a fantastic partner. MJ is my friend. She was my show partner. And I spent 5 years proving them wrong. And we had a fantastic show, one I'm very proud of. And honestly, it's probably the last thing I'm going to do in radio, at least in a traditional sense. Not ruling out anything sort of podcasting or any other sort of media per se, but in like traditional radio is probably the last thing I do. And I'm okay with that. I feel like I did what I set out to do. I got my shot. I did, you know, there are things that I wish were different, but I thought we did. We had a great time. We had a great show. And, you know, I hate that it ended, but I don't feel like I have anything left to prove.
I want to go back for a second, though, to 102.3. And notice when I say the 0.3, I'm aging myself. We don't say that.
Well, it's funny. It's funny. It's a branding thing. Some do, some don't. It's a very
106.9. But let's go back to that, because what happened when they did let you go? And I'm glad that you said that this is the reason that they gave you. They didn't have the confidence in your abilities.
Mm-hmm.
What happened is hundreds and then thousands of people rallied for you. They rallied on social media. They contacted management and they let people know we're turning off the station. They let people know you had made a mistake. Not you. They had made a mistake by eliminating you from their company. And 106.9 said, Summit said, whoa, take a look at this. I mean, what did that feel like? Because you and I have been friends for a long time.
That was a really cool feeling to know, because really, so the reality of radio is I go into a room with one or more people and we do a show, we get phone calls and stuff, but I really don't know who I impact. Like, I don't know, I don't get a sense of what that is for people. And so to hear that from people means a lot to me. Mornings, I've always believed, are probably the worst part of the day for most people. They're the hard, you got to get up, you got to get moving. And so my philosophy has always been, if I can make your morning suck just a little bit less, then you can go and change the world. So that's been my contribution. I've always thought, your doctors, your lawyers, your whoever, the people that actually do the work, if I can make your day start a little easier, then maybe that facilitates some sort of change, and maybe that's my role in the whole thing. And so to hear that has been great. And Summit was very, very good about, they're like, we recognize that this person has value and we want to give them a shot. And what was funny is Shane, my original boss, he goes, I think personally you would be really good with MJ, but we love her. So if it doesn't work, then, and I said, you know what, that's fair. I just want a shot. And that's all I ever wanted was a shot. And they were wonderful enough to give that to me and to give me and to set us up to be successful and to be the show that people knew and loved. And so that's what I got, and that's all I wanted. And I'm very thankful and appreciative of that.
I know that in media, very often you have to sign, non-disclosure agreements and all those kinds of things. And I'm assuming that that's probably something you've had to.
I'm not going to confirm or deny that because I don't know if I can say I did or didn't. So yes.
Okay. So then you can just tell me whether you can answer this or yes or no. Do you know why?
I do, but I don't know if. So let me just say this: it wasn't through any animosity. There was no ill will. Like, there was nothing. I've said it's a very weird situation. Like, when one loses their job, you go through a range of emotions. Mm-hmm. This was not the same as the first time. I'll say that. The people I've worked with, I still think very highly of. I think about the same as I did before. So so that's about all I guess I can say. But I've had a very hard breakup from and this was not quite that. It was still upsetting, of course, jarring, but it was not. It was not a no, it was not. It was a different experience, and that goes to the people that I worked with.
Well, you can't say this, but I can say this. I love MJ. I still think MJ is top notch. She'll remain top notch no matter what she does.
I can say that and do. She was always the better part of the show, in my opinion.
There was a but coming, but I think it was a big mistake. I think that it's a loss. I think that's half of the reason why I know I tuned in, and I know a lot of listeners tuned in, was because of you and because of your heart for this community. And I think that it was a rotten move. So I can say that, you can't say that. I just said it. That's how I feel about it. And the fact that you had just spent not time, but nights in the Green Tree Mall for those in need. I mean, timing, is there ever such a good time as for someone to lose their job? No, there just isn't. But I know that whatever you do next is going to be amazing because you have a heart for this community. You have a heart for people. You are great at what you do. And I think you have other untapped talents. But yeah, I'm not a great move. But somebody is going to be lucky because of that you're in the position that you are in now.
Well, thank you. I appreciate that. I don't know what that next move is. It's a little scary. It's also exciting.
Yes, there's excitement.
It's funny, and I'm being very candid here. When one is in radio, there's not like a direct, like, okay, you did this, so that equals this career path. Like, there's not. There's a lot of things that I did that, translate very well. You're like, oh, well, he knows how to talk to people. But then there were other things from a marketing perspective that I did that was more less obvious, I guess I'll say. Less obvious in that, you didn't necessarily notice that it was going on, but it was going on. And so I have other skill sets that don't always directly translate. So it's just, plus honestly, really know what I want to do. You know, everybody's like, well, what's your dream job? I'm like, I had it and it was great. I got to figure out another dream.
Well, I think there are a lot of people who can identify with that. Stay tuned to what comes next for Jesse. And I'm not just talking about what we're going to put him through in just a couple of minutes. I value, though, Jesse, in all honesty, I value you as a colleague in the media. I value you as a friend. I value you as somebody who is committed to our community. And I have no doubt that whatever happens next is going to be amazing.
Well, I got to give you guys a shout out at Extol because from day one, and actually this is both times that I was let go, you and Jason were very nice to reach out and say, if there's anything that we can do, if there's any opportunities, you guys were pretty much there to like try to help pick up the pieces if you could. And that means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that you personally reached out, not just as my son's soccer coach, but as a friend. And yeah, you guys have meant the world to me, and your friendship, and especially, and what you guys do here too, but has meant a lot, and it's helped so much.
Speaking of your son, my daughter's birthday, which is my birthday, which she informed me yesterday. She's 5 now and now realizes that we share a birthday, but it's really my birthday, Mom. Your son, Ian, is invited to her birthday, which I believe is going to be at Rec Bar, which is
he'll love that.
#1 place in the entire world. So yeah, we'll send an invite. But I'd like to toss it to this because one of the things, and then we're going to put Jesse through the ringer. I mean, I wouldn't be his friend if I didn't do that. But I do want to say again, your heart for people is what matters. And so I think it's only fitting that one of our partners that we're really proud of, Jessica Staten and CASA of Floyd County, they're doing amazing things. And you're going to want to take a look just for a moment at what $25 can do for a kid in need. Grab a hanky, that's for sure. Take a look.
My name is Jessica Staten, and I'm the Executive Director of CASA of Floyd County. Last year, there were more than 600 children in foster care in Floyd County alone, and this is what the majority of them were given to pack and throw their personal belongings: a garbage bag, the very item most of us use to throw out our trash. These children deserve better, and you can help. At CASA of Floyd County, we are seeking an easy way to ensure children in foster care know that they matter. By donating $25, you will provide a duffel bag personalized with the child's name that includes hygiene and other items that they can call their own. Please visit casafloydcounty.org to give a child in foster care hope for the holidays.
Welcome back to Extol Live. I'm Addie Miners. We've got JD Dodson here, and Jesse Ross has joined us as well with a little cocktail. I'm not sure how well that's going to go with burpees.
Well, you know what? I like a good challenge.
Cocktail and velvet jacket, so this should be a challenge.
I think so too. So JD, now I'm going to pass the mic over to you because you're going to lead us here in this little workout, and I think it's going to be a good, some good entertainment for you folks at home to watch this. Get a little workout in. So let's see. Let's go ahead.
Yeah. So last week I had Mr. Pectacular with no shirt on, bouncing his pecs, and now I've got. So it's just one challenge after another.
I look better with the more layers of clothes you add.
Okay.
So really, I've got 4. I could look better with a 5th. So
we'll work on that. So what I've come up with for you today,
okay,
and us is an AMRAP, and an AMRAP is as many rounds as possible. So we're not going to do that because we don't have a lot of time, but I've designed kind of like a 3-segment, 7-minute AMRAP. So we're going to kind of just do the fun parts because I want us to have fun when we work out, right?
Okay.
I love that you're drinking bourbon. So we're just going to do the fun parts. It's a team workout, so we're going to do a set of 2. You can kind of narrate it if you want.
Okay.
Addie will help me with some of the hard ones.
I think I need to hold the sign.
All right.
Listen, you're so much better.
No. He threw the challenge out.
Okay.
We'll figure this out.
Here we go. So the first little exercise that we're going to do a burpee over plank. So this is a 2-person exercise. this whole thing's designed so we can have fun together
Okay.
as a team.
Really fun.
I'll hold the plank, and Addie's going to do burpees over me. So she's going to do a burpee on my right, hop over me, do a burpee on my left. She's gonna drop down into a plank, and then I'm gonna.
Okay, I'm gonna need the visual on this. So, okay, all right.
So
Here,
you're-
I'll hold that. Since
yeah,
you're all
you
doing
need
the
the
work,
mic.
I will. Yeah.
So I'm getting down into a plank.
Okay.
You ready, Addie?
I guess so.
Come on.
Okay. So down.
Oh, come on. Let's step on the
Jump.
top.
Nice.
Oh, we're only.
Oh, I feel the burn, guys. I feel the burn. I love it.
Yeah. Now she's gonna drop into a plank.
Oh, okay. Now I'm gonna.
Oh, okay. I see what you do. I see what you're going here. This is a total. It's a total teamwork. Okay.
So we'll do that.
When does the fun start?
Well, I'm having fun watching you. So doing that. So we'll just kind of do that in a
Okay.
bunch
Yeah.
of rounds. So,
I can see where that it could
Back
be
and
in
forth,
the
back and
realm of
forth.
fun.
Right.
You know, I understand that.
So the idea is that you're constantly moving. Say you're having a stressful day. Say you're thinking about things. It's just constantly
Right.
like, life is crazy. You've just recently lost your job. Your interview was great. But you want to take your mind off all that stuff. I'll tell you what, burpees are the way to do it.
That's right, because then
So-
you're fueled by like fear, like pure hatred and just adrenaline.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. You hate the person that designed the burpee.
Right.
So,
Yeah.
so that's one.
That's for sure.
Okay.
There's a bunch of different things on here. We'll do another team one. And this is a squat twist with a partner.
Okay.
Do you want to do this with me?
Sure. Okay. So what?
Here you go.
Yeah.
There we go. I'll go ahead and
Okay,
narrate that.
so-
I'll take your
thank you.
cocktail over here.
All
Yeah.
right.
That's what we should try this with a cocktail in our hands.
Right.
Okay. Yeah, that would be fun.
Okay,
We're
so
going to just do an air squat. Right?
Okay.
Let's
So
see it.
an air squat, butt back, you're sitting in a
Yep.
chair all the way down, but we're going to do it together.
Okay. So.
Okay, like this.
Okay, like that.
Yep.
Okay. Ready?
Pull back so you don't want me to go off balance.
Okay.
So here we go. Go back and then do a twist out like that.
There we go.
All
Yeah.
right.
Yeah.
Down. Twist out.
I
This
feel
looks
like we're
more like a
bonding
dance
here.
move.
Like this
Yeah.
is.
This is great. Twist
This
out.
is
So you'll do some stuff like that, right?
Okay.
Feel it anywhere?
everywhere.
Everywhere. Okay.
Oh,
There we
yeah.
go.
2 rounds of that.
Yeah. There you go. Get
I-
the heart rate pumping. I'll return that to you.
I recommend doing this in a velvet jacket, okay? Because you really feel the burn like 10 times. I don't know if
Maybe-
I'm burning more calories or less calories.
Working
but
up more of a sweat.
Right,
I think
right.
You're probably burning them and then.
Marinating them.
Drinking
I
them
don't
back
know.
in,
I
but
don't
that's
know.
okay. That's okay.
All right, so that was cool. That was cool.
fun.
Yeah.
Okay.
And
All right.
then, another partner workout you could do. I don't want to get that jacket dirty, so Addie, you want to do this? with
That's
me?
fine. That's fine.
We're gonna do a plank
Okay.
on our hands, and we're gonna count back and forth, and we're gonna clap each other's hands. So-
Okay. All right.
Let's see.
All right.
Yep. Let's see it.
Okay, so the idea is you want to kind of keep your balance. You don't want to do this.
Right.
You don't want to twist. You want to keep your body rigid. Ready? Let's do it.
Oh, yeah.
It's not too bad yet.
This is totally like the schoolyard.
Yeah.
If we're
Miss
doing-
Mary Mac.
But if we're doing
Mac,
20 of them,
Mac,
All dressed in
black,
black.
black. I mean, you can totally get that going with this,
You're
right?
I did-
Honestly, you're right.
I did not do that in the school year. I'm sorry.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
I didn't
So-
either, but also I played by myself a lot. So,
Oh, okay.
you know. there's-
After a while,
Foursquare girl myself.
you'll start
Oh,
feeling
I
that.
got you. I got you.
And then the last one, which I think is a little fun, we're gonna do some. It's really warm in here.
Right?
Where's my bourbon?
I was gonna say, I'm like, you take the mic
Where's
over
my
there, I'm
cocktail?
gonna come breathe over here.
We'll do a sit-up ball pass type of
Okay.
situation. So
All right.
There's
You want to do this one, or do you want me to do this one?
What? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great.
You're ready?
Okay.
Okay. You're
Okay. So how are we
okay,
doing
have
this?
a seat. Get rid of the bourbon.
All right.
I'll hold that for
See
you.
that's my problem with this. Okay. So what are we
So
doing?
we could do this a couple ways. I'm not going to do this here because Jason Applegate will murder me if I break anything in here.
Okay.
You can do this where you toss the ball, do a sit-up, toss it back toward
Okay.
each other. There's a lot of expensive equipment in here. We're gonna not do that, but
All right. So down here.
Come all the way down.
so what you're gonna do?
Okay.
Come on up.
Okay.
Grab that,
Yep.
go back, touch it behind your head.
Oh, that's not as fun.
Ah,
There
All
we
right.
go.
woo.
Man, oh man. I'll tell you what, this drink sure does smell good.
Right?
Yeah.
This is your
That fragrant orange. Yeah.
Exactly.
I'll just keep on, right here. Let the ice kind of clink a little bit. You can hear that.
I just want to throw out, I'm very happily married. So if you're like, man, he looks this good and he's this physical, my wife is a lucky woman.
Yeah. Get in line, ladies. He's taken. That's right.
No, I got to do one
There he
more.
goes, one more.
Ugh.
One extra
And that's the cocktail. That justifies the cocktail right there.
So an AMRAP, doing something like that, body weights, doing some body weight, doing some things that are keeping you moving. You're going. Look at this. This is service.
This is star treatment. By
Look,
the way, you never get this in radio.
I've been here for 7 years. She's never rolled
Mostly because they don't see you, but still.
And I have pets.
Okay.
I have pets. So let's do another one.
Okay.
This one we're just going to do together.
Okay.
It's,
I'm not
can
going
let you
any
pick
lower,
out which
Joe.
one you want.
Not going any lower.
Jump lunges.
Jason, it's cool, right? I mean, it's just for the show. It's for the show.
And we can all do this together.
Okay.
So our last one, you can put that down. You don't want to, I'll hold that.
I thought it looked cooler doing
It does look kind of cool. I'll hold it. So we're just going to do a jump lunge. Just a basic jump lunge.
Okay.
So, okay, you ready? So we're gonna go out with. Let's start with our left foot all the way out. So do it here, down, and then we're just gonna jump.
Okay.
So that's just a regular lunge.
All right.
Now a jump lunge. So jump.
Oh.
Look at this.
Oh.
I can
You
hear
know what? It can be.
I can hear that ice clinking in your glass. Okay.
Look at that. Not spilling a drop.
There's a first for everything. You got to be burning up because I'm burning up, and you're wearing a velvet jacket.
I'm calm, cool, and collected, my friend.
There you go. I need one of those old fashions. So
You've earned it. Here, you've earned it. You can't have this one, but you've earned it.
You know what else we have earned is some cookies
Oh yeah.
from Chef Liz. So why don't we throw it right back over to the kitchen and we will see what is cooking in there. Chef Liz, I can already smell it and it smells absolutely fantastic.
Get them in the oven.
Yes. So I have some unsalted butter in this pot or in this bowl. I have orange zest.
Let's
I
tip
have
that up just a little
chopped
bit so Colin can
rosemary,
get a good shot.
sugar, some salt, and I'm going to add some vanilla, and then I'm going to add my flour. So a shortbread cookie is not mixed a whole lot. Really, we don't want to have a lot of air mixed into it. So I am going to I brought my mixer, but I'm just going to fold this in. And this is going to kind of create almost like a pie dough consistency. But that shortbread is going to leave this beautiful and buttery, crisp, and hopefully it'll melt right in your mouth.
You know it's going to melt in our mouths, that's for sure. And then all you do is pop it in the oven?
So what I'm going to do is once I have all of my flour mixed in, which isn't very long, I'm going to roll these in balls and I'm going to create a thumbprint. I have a mixed berry jam. I have some raspberries and strawberries. I'm just going to put a little thing in there, put a little jam inside, and then we're going to bake it in a 350 oven. By the time we come back on again, we'll be able to have snacks.
Okay, before we slip over to the cocktails, which apparently that's what this has turned into, Cocktail Friday. Well, let's talk about kids before we go back to that.
Absolutely.
Mesa Kids Cooking School is hopping. You have so much fun. My kid is
It's
excited to cook with the Grinch.
Yes.
Do you have anything available for the rest of 21?
Let me see.
Gift
I have
cards?
a few. Yes, we have gift cards. Absolutely. You have gift cards. I have a few spots left open in a Sunday Grinch workshop for this Sunday. And then I want to say that that's pretty much all we have. However, starting in January, we have some really awesome programs. We've got a couple new programs. We have an advanced culinary techniques program for our students who are in middle school and high school, those kids who are already working with knives and everything at home. We are basically going through college culinary program with them. And we have a new class as well, baking with Soul Sisters, Soul Sisters Bakery. Another one of my favorite. I know, they're
so good.
Just the nicest girls, and they're at the farmer's market. They bake out of our kitchen as a commissary, and she's going to be doing, Cassie's going to be doing some real fun, exciting, get messy in the kitchen with kids
Love it.
3 to 7.
And coming up in, well, end of year, early 21 or 22, we'll be getting with you with Buddy the Bearded Barbecue
That's
in
right.
Charlestown. He won the first ever Mesa Kids Cooking School Food Truck Challenge. Can't wait to be able to showcase him both on TV and in our first issue of Extol coming out in early 22. How's he doing?
He's doing great. We actually just talked the other day. He sent me a picture of the Extol magazine article that he saw me in, so that was really sweet. And we'll be getting together.
Who's next?
I'll tell you, we'll be getting together next week to cook food with Hydropower Washing, Sam Robinson.
Yes.
So we are looking to provide Christmas meals or holiday meals for people in the community. So if you know a family that could use a meal this Christmas, please reach out to us at Mesa Kids. You can reach out to Quilted Media, or you can reach out to Hydropower Washing as well.
I love that. Absolutely love that. Okay, cocktail time.
All right. Well, we're going to do a couple simple champagne cocktails because nothing says celebration like champagne. Popping a bottle makes the holidays what they are. This is Saint Germain. If anybody doesn't know what this is an elderflower liqueur. It's delicious. This is not local, but I am touching on some local products as well. But Saint Germain and champagne is a classic, delicious. We're going to use an ounce of it right into the glass. And then we're just going to top it off with champagne and add in raspberry for beautiful garnish. I bring little bottles because they make 2 glasses perfectly. So,
what's your favorite champagne?
I am a rosé champagne girl. Typically, I just like a rosé champagne. But anytime you add any alcohol to champagne, I think it makes it better. So, any type, shot of vodka.
Champagne, alcohol plus alcohol. There we go.
But this is an elderflower
that's
one.
pretty.
Yeah,
That's really
pop in
pretty.
a
It's
raspberry.
simple.
Very simple. And then the other one, this uses a local product. This is from Cardinal Spirits, which is out of Bloomington, Indiana. And this is their Bramble Vodka. So it's like a black raspberry. We're going to use an ounce of this.
Do you mind if one of our extollers
Oh,
gives
please have
your
some cocktails.
elderberry?
Have some cocktails. That's
He
right.
did earn it.
JD, try it out. Let us know what you think.
Can I give you a microphone? Yeah.
Typically, my nose is way too big for this tiny little.
Ah!
We're all kinds of revelations today on Extol Live. I like that. We've got more coming up.
I feel you.
This one makes it even more pretty. But you can do, if you like thank you. If you like cranberry, you can do some cranberry juice and champagne.
That's pretty too.
But I love a little flavor. Boom, pop in a raspberry. It looks beautiful. Looks even more Christmassy. Cheers.
Cheers.
I love it. Now, anything upcoming with the Earl that we should know before the end of 21?
We're actually selling our bottles, of course, right now. It makes a great gift, stocking stuffer, fits in a stocking. I've tested it. So you can get your own bottle of Earl Knob Creek Rye, single barrel, delicious for the holidays, for your favorite bourbon lover. But we're actually closed for Christmas Eve and Christmas Day. And then we take the first week of January off. So we'll be closed January 1st through the 6th. And then we reopen on the 7th for our 3rd birthday, which is the 8th. So that whole weekend we'll have $3 old fashions.
Good
so
for you.
Come out and get an old fashioned.
Cheers to that.
Yeah, cheers to that.
Cheers for that, for sure. Okay, Liz, thumbprint time?
Yes. So
Mine
you
are
can see,
not clean.
that's okay. Mine are. Well, besides
I was
the
going to
flour.
start helping, then I realized I need some hand sanitizer.
So I'm just going to do a few thumbprints
Okay.
so I can show you here. And then,
put those in.
Yes, just a little tiny jam. You really don't need a lot. It's going to spread out. And we're going to put these in a 350 oven till they're done. Probably about 10 to 12 minutes. Maybe even not that much.
Well, I'll tell you, in 22, you'll see safely. We're watching numbers right now and all of that, but we'll be having some events here at Extol, including some free events for nonprofits to help just provide some educational items and advice and panels and things. I think cookies and cocktails will be one of those events. And guess who's invited?
That sounds
Yay!
awesome. I will definitely be here for that.
That's for sure. We want to be able to do those things. Okay, while Liz is finishing this up, in just a second, I'm going to call some of our folks back in here because, you know, it's trivia time. If Jesse Rass is in the house, there's got to be trivia, but who am I kidding? I don't think I need an excuse to do trivia. I just whip it out. Just at the grocery store, I just start quizzing people, bring my little...
She carries that button with her everywhere.
I do. I just pull this thing right out of the purse. But before I do that, tomorrow, 7:30 a.m., it is our Saturday morning lifestyle show that we debuted in October. We appreciate WDRB Media for helping to guide us through that. And you can see us at 7:30 in the morning on WBKI, the CW, before you get up and get out the door on Saturday mornings. And then, of course, we share that on social media. It's called This Is So In. Here's a little promo.
What is Southern Indiana?
What defines Southern Indiana? Community. The people.
Rejuvenation. Local businesses. Sports. Animals and people. Small town. Culture. Community.
Great place to own a business.
People.
Tight-knit community.
Tradition.
Friends.
Neighborhood gatherings.
Food is awesome.
Southern Indiana is home.
Watch This Is So In Saturday mornings at 7:30 on WBKI, the CW.
All right, we are having a ball here on Extol Live. We've actually gone over the time limit here. Good thing it's Facebook, because if it were TV, they just shut us down. But we're going to let Chef Liz go ahead and put these in there. I am going to ask that Lucas go ahead and come behind us and come on this side. Okay, so first and foremost, I want to reintroduce Lucas Huntsman. Lucas worked with us. He is a master videographer. He does on-camera work. We are thrilled. He had an opportunity.
Great hair, by the way.
He does have great hair. He does have great hair.
In all.
And Jesse, and you've got great hair, so that's saying
You
something.
didn't have to say that, but I appreciate it nonetheless.
But he went out west for a few months, and he is back joining the Extol team, and I'm excited. Lucas, what's the best part about being back?
Well, definitely being around, my best friends. So it's been a blast getting to hang, with the crew again.
What about your family? How is it coming back to see mom, dad, sisters?
That is also spectacular. Been gone forever, and been missing people. Really.
Are you ready? I put you on actually your first shoot. You've been editing like a madman since coming back this week. But are you ready to do some on camera?
Yes, I'm totally ready.
Well, we're excited to have you here. Okay, so you guys know how this goes. I'm going to ask Mara to go on this side with Liz. It's not really trivia today. It's called Tell Me Trivia. That's how we're going to end the show. So first person to come up with the answer, got to hit that button, otherwise it doesn't count. So here we go. Sorry, Liz.
No, my fault, sorry.
All right. Yeah. Oh, and you also have to put one hand behind your back, which I know is going to be hard for you.
Oh, wow.
So
that's unfortunate.
Making it a little harder.
I am making it a little harder. Okay. What is a secret nickname you're called that no one else knows?
Lukey Pookie.
Whoa. Who calls you Lukey Pookie?
My sisters.
Oh, Jesse.
No one calls me anything but Jesse, so.
Aw.
No one.
I'm gonna come up with a
No
nickname.
one. All right.
Wait.
Switch places.
No one but my enemies, I should
Now
say.
he's the velvet jacket.
All right. Switch places. Switch places.
Okay.
Who is the last person to which you said, I love you?
My son this morning.
How old?
10.
Oh.
I yell it every day he gets out of the car to go to school.
I love you. I love that.
I was gonna say my husband, but it was really Junebug.
And
My Chihuahua.
your Chihuahua. Oh, okay. Switch places. What is one thing in your vehicle that most people would think is odd?
A Thor's hammer toolbox. Sorry, I'm used to competitive nature there.
He used Thor's hammer on that.
It's pretty sturdy. Okay, that I would say, ding, ding, ding.
It is cool, but it is also very functional.
Did you hit the
Highly
buzzer?
recommend.
Did you hit the buzzer? Thank you.
I have old 80s National Geographic issues.
What year were you born?
2003.
Okay. Ding, 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 ding. Have ice skates. Will travel. If you open my back right now, I've got a pair of figure skates just hanging there.
That's because she'll cut you. Don't let her fool you.
Switch it up. Switch it up. You can't say COVID. I'm going to just say that. What news story are you tired of hearing about?
Kim Kardashian, anything. I know I love her, but gosh, come on, it's a lot.
Right?
You know I'm a closet Kim fan.
I'm going to say anything with President Trump. I'm so over it. I hate seeing news about him. I'm like, oh.
Can we just say politics in general?
Yes, any
Anybody
politics,
else?
seriously.
Anybody? I don't care which side.
Yes.
Yes.
All right, next. You got to be honest on this one.
Okay.
What Christmas song evokes the most emotions?
Christmas Shoes, and it's Hatred. It's pure hatred. I hate that song. I can actually say that now. I don't like that song. I don't understand why people like that song.
Can we get someone to play it? Because
Can we get someone to sing
You
it?
don't know that song? Do
I can
yourselves
sing
a favor and don't ever Google it because it's awful. It's all about this little child. It's Christmas Eve. He is at the shoe store buying shoes for his mom, who is, by the way, dying.
You're
and
full
it's
of
this,
hate. You're full of hate.
No, it is not a great song. There's a lot of questions and everybody and it just makes you sob.
I think
But,
Addie's
why
gonna
do you wanna
sing
be
it for
sad?
us.
Why do you want to be sad? Like it's just
We're playing that on
so
repeat.
so clearly.
Here we go.
Oh no, don't. No, that's not it.
Is that not it?
No, that's not it. Hold on.
Says I want to buy these
We'll
shoes.
find it. We'll find it, and then Facebook will shut us down for it. So okay,
It's a
worry, guys.
remake.
Don't worry,
It's a
it's
remake.
fine.
Some people love
We'll
it.
find it. We'll find
Some
it.
people hate it like me. There's
Justin
like
hates
there's
it.
no middle ground, and yes.
All right, Lucas, what Christmas song evokes the most emotions?
I love those real crooner type singers. So
Yeah.
White Christmas.
Does
I
that?
love that song.
What kind of emotions?
Bliss.
Bliss.
There you go.
Whoa. I think you're in competition for most sophisticated today. Come on in, JD. Come on
You
in,
look
Mara.
like an old time crooner. That beautiful, beautiful hair.
Okay, what moment from your life would you love to live over and over? This is G-rated.
When Olive was born, I think that was probably one of the happiest
And
being
who
at the
is
hospital.
Olive? Your
She's my baby.
yeah.
I mean, really, I'm not just saying that because you're kind of a boss, but that was one of the
I'm
happiest
your
moments of my
family.
life.
I'm your
That's true.
family.
Relive over and over my wedding day. Oh, sorry. I didn't get it.
Oh, your wedding day?
Yeah, it was a really great time. My son wasn't there, of course, because he wasn't born, but it was still a blast. So I would relive that. It was the best party ever.
I love it. Okay, Chef Liz, this one's for you.
Uh-oh, I'm going to squeeze in two. All right.
Cookies?
Maybe.
I was wondering why I was getting really warm every time I stepped. I'm not nervous about this. But
You don't have to call out the fact it's that time, JD. I'm sorry. I emanate hot. It's just hot flashes. They're not going to end for a year, I'm
Sexy.
told.
It's sexy.
Can I answer that question?
Yes.
For a moment?
What's the moment you'd love
Because
to
I feel
relive?
like now everybody thinks I'm very hateful, but no. The moment I would relive is the moment that I fell in love with my wife, which was we were 17 and we were working at Pizza King. And I can't for the life of me remember what I said to her, but I said something to her. She turned around, she smiled, and I've been in love with her ever since. So if I could relive that moment over and over and over again, I would. So
Oh my
there, I'm not a
gosh.
terrible person.
did
Please
you
don't at me.
did you sing the Christmas shoes to her?
I'd
And-
never heard of it that moment. So
All
yeah.
right, Chef Liz, this one's for you.
Yes, ma'am.
Is a hot, and you got to hit the buzzer, is a hot dog a sandwich?
No.
Oh, I love you. Terry Miner's Take That.
It's not
From
a
bona fide
sandwich.
chef
No,
and a
not a
most
sandwich.
loved one. It has meat and bread.
It does.
It's been an ongoing argument I think he and I have had for a decade. Decade.
And the internet's had that same argument.
I would have
So why
said
is
it
it
was
not
a
a-
sandwich, but
Oh,
I also did not know you could make cookies that weren't pull apart and you stick them on the thing and you stick them in.
I was about to say, JD, you are being excommunicated from the family if you
But
say
if
a
it's
hot
not
dog
a
is a
sandwich,
sandwich.
does that make it a taco?
Oh boy,
Because-
okay.
A hot dog is
Coming up in a future Extol Live, we will explore this very important issue. Okay, last
It's gotta
question.
be something.
Last question that for everybody to go through. Chef Liz, you can start.
Yes,
What is
ma'am.
one thing you wish you could avoid?
Ooh, 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 ooh. There are lots of things I wish I could avoid.
G-rated. Or PG?
I'm just gonna go ahead and say the toll booth. I will do everything in
toll
my power
The toll
not to go over
booth.
the toll bridge.
Lucas, buzzer.
Hatred.
Hatred. We went from bliss to hatred.
I would like to avoid rush hour traffic forever.
Can we also throw in that, I know it's going to be worth it in the long run, but that 64 bridge closure traffic.
Yeah,
Yes. Bless you, all of you who are just patient and sitting through it. And for those of you who are not, I can hear you outside of our corner because you're right there. We see you every single day. Just be nice. JD.
I'm just gonna go basic, say the dentist because I hate it so much.
I love the
getting my
dentist.
teeth
Me
cleaned.
too.
I love that
Me too.
chair. Like it's comfortable. So I'm weird. I'm going to be very specific and say job applications, filling that monstrosity out because they're awful. So yeah,
I agree.
it's the least fun part. I'll interview all day, every day. I'll sit down and talk to you, but filling out all of those forms over and over again. Why do you want my address? You don't need to know where I live specifically. Anyway, sorry.
I appreciate that. And I'm going to say, kind of echoing a little bit what Lucas said, one thing I wish that I could avoid. It's not hatred. It's just how angry people are. And to the lady at Meyer last Sunday, right after church, who was not very nice to me, and everybody behind line heard what you said and went, ooh. And I said, it's Sunday. I'll pray for you. I meant that with love in my heart. But let's just be nice. Let's just be a little nicer
I
to one
love that you
another.
take the high road.
I
in
did
those
take the high road.
situations.
There were a
Sometimes
lot of
holidays.
eyes, JD. No, I took
Inspiration.
she must have been going through something that I couldn't see to treat me with the vitriol that I did not deserve, because all I was doing was standing there with my cart. That's it. So I agree. Thank you so much for taking the time to be here.
Yeah.
The Earl is taking a much deserved break beginning on Christmas Eve, but they will be back on the 7th of January to celebrate your
Third birthday.
I can't believe that already. Third birthday, Jesse Rasp. Can't wait to see what happens next. We really appreciate you.
I
being
can't wait
here.
either. I don't know.
I know we could get a close up of, well, Jesse's head's in the way, but Jesse, Mr. Pectacular, better known as, he retained his championship belt last night. Some of our team members were there. Colin Wood, happy birthday to you. He is headed to the NYC. Coming up soon, Chef Liz, love what you're doing at Mesa Kids Cooking School. Thank you for being an amazing connector here. Olive already has her outfit picked for Cooking with the Grinch tomorrow. So, and again, if you are watching us, we're about to shut down our live stream for today. We've seen, we've got an abundance of comments on there. We're going to be entering every single name from the last live stream, and from the Treat Yourself Tuesday. Have to be live with us, and we can see if you're live with us. You'll be entered into a drawing for a $75 gift card to Board & You Bistro. It's right there in my office space. We'll be giving that away at during the 11 o'clock hour on Christmas Eve. Next week, it's a family edition of Extol Live, so expect some fun, some festivities, some familiar and unexpected faces as well. Have an incredible weekend. Thanks for joining us.